So hey guys, good morning. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is well. Thank you for joining. I see a couple of new names here, so that's fantastic. Lovely to meet you. As I mentioned a little earlier, for those of us that were waiting here together, this is going to be my last class on branding for just a little bit. We're going to go into a couple of other things, some more tactical things about how to use templates and things like that, but we'll more on that later. Right now, what we're going to do today is do our last little branding sesh for a little bit. So I'm happy to see all these new unfamiliar names here. And of course, Danielle, thank you again for joining. I'm so happy with what we've done with your brand journey and how we've worked on that together. That's been a whole lot of fun. As everyone who has been in here before knows, from those of the newcomers, I want to let you know, if you want to stop me, chat with me personally, please do so. Just literally barge in. I probably won't see any hand raises. And Michael, if you could keep posted on that chat for me, you're awesome. Thank you for your help. Let me know someone's been chatting in there.
Yep.
All right, so we will get started. So today we're going to be doing brand revamp. Let's get yours on point. And I know that we do have someone in here with us who has done just that, kind of had just an idea, and then we really polished it and made it something she's so proud of. And I'm so happy for her about that. This is my QR code. You're going to see this on several pages. That's just the best way to scan it with your phone and reach me for any reason. There's multiple links on there. Reach me for whichever one suits you. And let's get started. So a while ago, I was very fortunate to be part of a real estate team of a very talented couple. And the husband of my team leader, his name is Buck Wise. He was a pretty amazing marketer. And I learned some incredible things on my time on that team. He, let's see, did marketing for the likes of, I believe it was Starbucks, for the likes of Nike, and like the list goes on, but really huge professional brands. So I learned some really important core elements. This is what I call them. You can consider them branding staples. I'm also referencing Jay Scott here. Guys, look him up. Look up Jay Scott, look up Buck Wise. These men are incredible in what they know as far as their marketing knowledge and just how to speak to the people, how to get really anyone to buy anything from you. And so this is what we're working on. That is truly what your brand needs to be, right? I want to know your brand's purpose. These are really important. So a brand can be broken into 6 factors. I like to call them core elements. You can call them brand staples, factors, whatever it may be. But I think this is the easiest way to break down a brand. You want to look into the brand's voice, the brand's identity, the brand's promise, the brand's values, the brand targeting, and the brand's position. And if you've been with me on a couple of these other sessions that I've done on branding, the next slides are going to look familiar to you, but they will also resonate with you when you see the companies that use these colors and these fonts and these elements that are purposeful. It's not for no reason. You might just think, oh, the CEO of McDonald's likes yellow and red. No, I guarantee you that's not the case. It is in order to drive business, and it's to make you hungry. And it's to be recognizable. So these are things that are all elements of branding. But as real estate agents, this is important too. It's really important because you want a client to be able to see your brand as a message. And it's, what does this person mean when you look at this logo? What do these colors mean? What does working with this person feel like? What will the experience be like, etc.? You can even assume that someone's aggressive, right? When you see the colors or the logo font in a branding, in any sort of branding package that you might see. Some of it looks really aggressive. Then other times, you know, like let's say Kylie Jenner, let's take that for example, all these marketing tactics these makeup companies have, you know, she started off with lip stuff, and I'll never forget how it was lips and then like this as if she had bitten into like an orange, right? And there was just a piece dripping down off the lip. And what is that? I just assumed that those were the glossiest and right, the richest, wettest lip glosses that weren't going to be sticky. And that was exactly what they were going for. And I didn't, all I saw was one photo, and that's all that meant to me. Knowing what the product was and that one photo. So in real estate, right, we all work with the same thing. We all work with selling property, land, and you want to stand out as best as possible, especially in a place where there might be 100,000 realtors. I am coming to you from Miami, and I can tell you that is real. We do have about 100,000 realtors down here. And I like to know that, you know, when people get my card or I send them, you know, something online, they're like, oh, that's right, the neon flamingo. And people, and that's something I actually changed this year. I changed that early this year. I made it a neon flamingo early this year, and people are recognizing it. Now, before that, it was still a flamingo. So Rosie and the flamingo, I'm sure, resonates with people for the past 4 years down here in Miami. If you've seen any of my marketing for any of my listings, which you may have, you know, the flamingo and the Rosie is recognizable, and that's what I did on purpose. I want them to know I'm from South Florida. I want them to know I'm still professional, but a little fun, and therefore, you know, the flamingo, you know, I just think it's the overlooked bird. And it's the first thing in the zoo here in Miami. You walk right into the flamingos and then you never see them again. But I love it. I think it's a very Miami element, and I think it's fun, but still, you know, very representative of poise. And that's very me. And but I still love these bright colors. I like to play with that. I like to, you know, mix the professional with modern, and I want you to do that with your brand too. And so, for example, I've been working with Danielle, who's here on the call with us, and she is a fierce Leo. And so we wanted to incorporate that lion as heavily as possible, but still have it remain feminine and still have it remain professional and not be aggressive. But you're like, well, how on earth can a lion not be aggressive? And truly, her logo hits it all the way through. Does not seem aggressive whatsoever, hits all the elements she was looking for. And I'm really, really proud of how far she's come with that. So if you need to take a screenshot, I suggest you do so. You can, of course, catch the replay of this, but take a screenshot of these elements so that you can help yourself. Let these help guide you in your purpose for your logo and your branding planning. I'll move on. So these are the slides I said might look familiar if you've been here with me before, which a couple of you have. These are the psychological colors and that represent these certain emotions that you're going to see there below the color. And then take note, screenshot this too. But of course, you can find these online, and you can always contact me. I can send you this, no problem. These companies have used these colors purposefully. And these are the reasons, right? It makes sense when you go ahead and look at, let's say green, the Whole Foods and the Starbucks. Of course, they use green, right? Green emulates here the sentiments of growth and nature and positivity and wealth, right? We all say this constantly. Whole Foods, you have to have money to purchase at Whole Foods. Isn't it odd that they use the color green and it means wealth, but also means nature and also means growth? So, you know, it's sneaky. It's sneaky in a sense, but, you know, psychological marketing is that. Marketing is all about the psychology of how a consumer is going to see you and how you represent yourself. So keep going through here and take a look at these companies, and some of them they're not going to shock you. You're going to go, oh, I get it. I get it. I see that. I can totally see that. And so let's go back to real estate real quick, right? Choose some of the elements that you believe working with you and the experience that you're going to provide your clientele. Package that up in a little present and put a bow on it. And say to yourself, really, what makes up the colors of my experience? What makes up the colors of working with me? And let those drive your branding. Because when you put that together and your personality and the two of them really do combine, you're going to have this firework. It's not going to be bad fire. It's going to be firework, and people are going to continue to recognize you. And that's really how you build a name for yourself in even a place as large as Miami. So Danielle went with blue. We went with blue because she was really resonating with being honest with her clients and being loyal, being responsible, dependable. And she's a very calm, poised woman. And I thought blue was such a wonderful color to work with and make feminine, right? Because typically we see, and you look at genders, and pink is, they've got the Barbie there. And, we think blue is boyish. And so we really took it and made it such a lovely feminine logo for her company. And she's about to do this whole new rebrand, and I will share it with you guys once she does share it. That I'm excited. Please come back. I will announce when we're going to do that, because I'm excited for her to share, her being in real estate and all of that. So it's going to be one big firework for her. So I'm excited for her. And then so similarly on the next slide, different companies, some of them do double up, but you've got the sentiments of optimism and friendliness and excitement, and then creativeness and trust and peaceful, and then balance, right? That silver, we don't even notice is an element, but it is. Silver and gold are still in this color wheel. Of course, the gold it's in between the friendly and the optimism to get that gold color, but silver does, and then it goes into the black. Silver will play in with black really well. And also they use it as a luxury branding. Luxury branding will use black and silver. See here, I went back one slide. The luxury branding you're going to find here with Chanel as an example. But you will find it through multiple luxury brands. Just think about the ones, just come up with a couple, and then it'll be like, oh, I get it. I see why they use that color. So go ahead and screenshot this one too, if you're interested in using it for when you're creating your brand. And I'm going to stop here for just a second. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody want me to go back on anything? I don't see anything in the chat, and I don't think I see any hands raised. Let me know if you've got any questions or anything at all. I'll stop here because this is pretty much it. If no one's got any of their logos, I didn't get any emails. I did ask for those last week. I didn't get any of those. I have been working with Danielle for a couple of weeks now, and we just, sort of finalized everything. So like I said, we will be doing like a presentation on hers and how her experience went working on her logo using these elements and these guides. And I think she did really well. But no one's got any questions? We're good? All right, great. This is my mentor slide. I am still taking on mentees. If anyone is interested in speaking to me about marketing and branding or any systems training like Remind or Chime. For new agents, any questions about just how to really do anything, how to be a real estate agent, one-on-one with me is available. You just let me know. And for next week, we're going to do, I'm really excited. We're going to work on ChatGPT, and we're going to talk about the new plugins that they've got for version 4. So come prepared. Have your ChatGPT open, just as when we work on Canva, I ask you to have your Canva open. Have ChatGPT, and if you can upgrade to version 4, I highly suggest it. We're going to be talking about specifically version 4, how I'm using version 4, and those new plugins for my real estate business. It's pretty cool. I will tell you now, I've started a YouTube channel and I'm using ChatGPT to write the descriptions for all of my videos on YouTube. And what I think is great, it's just something I could never ever spend the time in learning to do, is the SEO integration. And I think that's just fantastic. I can ask it to give me, a high performing SEO words for this specific video, targeting sellers in Miami or targeting buyers in Miami for whichever, video it is. And it's pretty awesome. It's been really incredible, and I've loved using it. So I really want to talk about the new features for ChatGPT and how I'm using them for going forward in this YouTube channel and such. Join me every Tuesday, as usual, here at thefreedomzoom.com. You can register for all of our freedom coaching classes. We coach on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I got Tuesdays. Rob is with you guys on Wednesday, and of course, we've got David on Thursday. David's coaching can be found and available at freedomachieveracademy.com. You can always catch the replay of any of our Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday sessions at the YouTube channel, David A. Kurz. The @'s right there. Don't forget to subscribe. And then here on the left with my flamingo, the best way to contact me, everywhere you can find me as Rosie Sells Miami. You can shoot me an email at rosiesellsmiami@gmail.com or find me on Instagram. All right, guys, that's all I got. If anyone's got any questions, you can email me, rosiesellsmiami@gmail.com. And if not, I will see you next week. Have a good one. Thanks for being here.